Okay, so post-game thoughts. My thoughts here. Okay? Post-game thoughts. Cowboys got a victory. They are 2-0 with one win in the division. The Giants came back, they won. Washington came back, they won. Eagles won. So the Cowboys have the best record in the division. They lead the division. I'm going to say the Cowboys have scored 70 points in their first two games. It's not pretty. It's not pretty, but I've only given up 10. Micah Parsons is that dude. 2 sacks already. That's 3 already in the season, and a forced fumble, and is literally unstoppable. Unstoppable. This defense is something like we have not seen since the 90s, and maybe, I don't know that we've seen any defense out there. I don't know. I think there's only been one team that has led the NFL in takeaways 3 years in a row. I think that's it. Right now, the Cowboys, they're that team. We didn't get as many sacks today on Zach Wilson. And it looked, we kind of got pissed off there. But looking at the numbers, quietly, Dak Prescott, 31 of 38, 255 yards, 2 TDs, and most importantly, 0 interceptions. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you is going to happen. Interceptions will no longer be a thing in the NFL. They won't talk about interceptions anymore because Dak Prescott's not doing them. Why is Dak Prescott not doing them? Tom Downey actually commented and said, Tony Romo commented and said that Dak Prescott's footwork is so much better than it has been under Kellen Moore. And this is a key component to Mike McCarthy's offense is the quarterback being consistent. Point 2, there were times there we were like, why aren't we challenging and pushing the ball in the end zone? Mike McCarthy, when he said, I just want to run the damn ball, as opposed to Kellen Moore wanting to light up the scoreboard, is deciding to go ahead and say, you know what, we're going to score these points by field goal if we have to. We're going to chew up clock, and we're going to get a win. I will take a 30-10 pissed off fans about not scoring more touchdowns anytime. But right now, the Cowboys, they're keeping the ball out of the other team's hands. They're controlling the clock. They're not turning the ball over. They're not making mistakes. That's what you want. And right now, with that defense, when you have a lead and you got that defense and Micah Parsons and crew, Micah Parsons is unstoppable. Unstoppable. He's freaking insane. You guys, thoughts on the game? Love it. It wasn't pretty. I'm going to say, chicks dig the deep ball, right? Chicks dig the deep ball, but defense wins championships. I'm happy as shit. Tomorrow, the haters will be out there saying, well, the Cowboys, they left points on the field. They should have been pushing the ball more. Mike McCarthy don't know how to call a game. It's just the defense that's out there doing all the work. Dak Prescott sucks. You know what? Whatever. I will say Josh Allen, the cover boy of Madden, last week had 4 turnovers to the same team and only 16 points. The Dallas Cowboys almost doubled that. They covered the spread. Thank God, because that means I win $181 on my $200 bet. Yeah. What? Don't forget. I said 0 turnovers. And let me go through the numbers here again because I think did you say Tony Pollard had how many? 25. For how many yards?
Hold on, my fantasy league. Wait a minute.
Tony Pollard had 25 carries. But here's the key. The key on this. I know I for some reason the stats aren't being shown from the game. But I know we are well over 125 yards running the football by committee. The problem I will say that we have for our team is red zone running. This is where we do miss Zeke Elliott, that power back. Now, I'm going to say, and everybody else is going to say I'm an idiot, but the Cowboys did not cut Ronald Jones with his suspension. Well, he comes off this week. What?
They can still cut him this week.
They could.
Because he was still on the suspension. They would have cut him before the suspension was over.
Yeah, but they didn't cut him before. Okay, all right.
That's what I'm saying. Like
72 yards.
So they can still
72 yards, so 25 carries, so only 3 yards a carry. But, what people will, of course, people won't remember that this is supposedly going into this game. They said it was like the 49ers defense, which gave up a lot of points to the Rams, I think 24 to the Rams. Cowboys and the Jets on defense. Well, we scored 30 points on that Jets defense. Quarterback had 249 yards, 2 TDs, no turnovers. And we had over 125 yards running the football. All great things that you want to see for here. And I have to say thank everybody for being here for the live streams all day. I'm debating on whether or not I want to go ahead and go for the 30. So I do have to get David Wiley back home. Need a Ronald Jones replacement. But you have to say, I would say that would be the only thing that you can really look at with this team today, and I don't know if you guys agree or not, but it would say red zone running. That's the only thing that gives you pause. Well, Deuce had some good runs here. Deuce had some good runs today. Tony Pollard was a workhorse today. You're going against a great defensive front, and CeeDee Lamb is definitely that dude. Over 150 yards receiving. So I'm happy with their. Oh, and we got a kicker. We got a great kicker. Shout out to Troy Daniels. Talk about domination of a New York teams. Next up, dominating that D for final New York team in Buffalo. It's time to shuffle on the Buffalo next. Oh, yeah. I can't wait for the Buffalo Bills. Shout out to Troy Daniels, buddy. Hope you're feeling better. I thought these might get some red zone. That's what happens when the body starts slapping. The kicker's MVP today on offense. Simba, what's our next game? Philly, take a shower in sodium. Diggs with the pick. Donald stays healthy. Woo. Thank y'all, Mark. Love you. Go Cowboys. Deuce. Robert. Take Cowboys. Robert Wright. We definitely found a kicker. So I can't say that we have. Oh, our tight ends didn't drop the ball as much today. Tight ends, we had 2 touchdown passes by tight ends. We're doing tight end by committee. Schoonmaker could actually be a good red zone threat. So far, we look at this on offense too. We also didn't have Brandon Cooks, and we didn't have Tyler Smith.
Wait till Brandon comes.
We get Brandon back and Tyler Smith. That's really a major push for us. Hey, Eagle fans, we know what 2-0 feel is like as well. Overall, good game. Cardinals are next. We got the Cardinals next week?
Yep. Yeah, we do.
Oh, man.
Michael Gallup got 3 yards.
Yeah, 1 catch for 3 yards. Yeah, Michael Gallup. It's tough sledding out there. Tough sledding. Jalen Tolbert had 3 catches for 20, right?
Yeah, something like that. The other Tolbert playing.
CD got the monster of the passing yards.
They got passing.
So, yeah. But we also hit 8 different receivers. 8 different people caught a pass. So that's another one of those things when Dak Prescott gets, I think, 6 or 7 or more people with the ball and receptions, Cowboys always win.
How many yards Dak Prescott had tonight?
249, 2 TDs, no interceptions.
You know they won't be talking about him.
Oh, no, they're going to say he was a bus driver. That's what they're going to say. Dak Prescott was a bus driver. All right?